It is day 29 and I look fine and you do too. Hey boo boo. um Listen, the hat is back and styling and profiling. Anywho, I need to find me some more hats. I like head wraps, but those things are I gotta find me some with silk, inside the lining because the cotton in the head wraps take away, cotton pulls moisture from the hair. So I learned that some years ago. So when I do wear my head wraps, I do have a silk cap on under it, but it's getting a little hot. Okay. It is day 29. I just want to get right back in the swing of things. And today we are going to be talking about how you can overcome setbacks. And in the same token with me and my journey because it is day 29. Did I say that already? Yes, day 29 of April. I did 29 days already of chatting back to back to back. Oh God, that's a lot of talking. But listen, we're gonna talk about a few things and then I'm gonna get up out of here. So, um, let's talk plateaus real quick. I feel like plateaus are um a lot of things that we're taught in this world are really like opposite. So I feel like plateaus give you it's a pause. It's a pause and it's an opportunity to regroup, to see where you up and where you could get it, where you need to tap in a little bit more, right? It's again, you got a couple of things brewing on the stove, and maybe you're giving a little bit of more attention over here that you should be actually giving more attention to this thing over here, and you're neglecting it. So the plateau was like, excuse me, hi, yeah, look at me. Can you look at me? Okay, great. Um, because I used to look at plateaus so negatively. I used to be like, oh, I'm hitting this plateau again. Here we go. Here we go. No, it's you being redundant with um, whatever you're doing. Whatever it is that you're doing on your journey, you got to pay attention. So, um, and I feel like you could give so many examples with that. It's like you take a test and you think you skim through all the questions, boom 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 boom. Oh, I got that, but you didn't really read the 10th question. Excuse me, you didn't read the 10th question. You just saw like two words and you just knew that question was just about that, but it was something opposite, so you got it wrong. You're like, damn, no, I knew that. Nope, you thought you did, but then you. Um, Another setback is eating your feelings. Um, Emotional eating. So I feel like although I know the plantain chip, although it is a fruit, is still not in its natural state. It's not even dehydrated or even baked. It's just a chip. And it is simple ingredients in it. It's literally three ingredients: the plant itself, oil, and salt. Am I overthinking or overreacting? I don't think so. Um, but I think it is something for resourcing for emotional eating. So there's a little of something that is still trying to hold on to me in regards to emotional eating, right? But in this spectrum, I'm not I'm not ruining all my hard work because as if you've been following me, I've been saying that I am doing the modification elimination. So as time goes and I progress in this journey, I'm not eating it as much as I have been. Okay. This is the most, again, you're your toughest critic. This is the most I've had it since for a long time. But in the spectrum of emotional eating, that's like, people binge eat and they had no plans or intentions of even having it. So the difference with me is I planned this to have that and not overdo it, but have it. Emotional eating, people just be like, I'm gonna scarf down all this ice cream because this person hurt me. They have nothing to do with your body, nothing to do with anything with you. And here you are damaging yourself because of what they said or what they did. Like the movies and stuff that I know I grew up watching, when the men or the women were hurt, they go in the house and binge on ice cream, pizza, beer, watch movies, and just be soaking. And that was a lie. Shouldn't be doing that. Why are you imposing death on yourself or making yourself move quicker off this earth by doing harm to your body because of what somebody else neglected to do? Right. I've been there. I did that. But I'm not going back with that. No. Now that I know, nope. So, I'm going to share with you some strategies on how you can overcome these setbacks. And I'm applying these things to myself, whether it be, even if it's to a lesser degree, it still works for me. So, the plateau, the eating your feelings. I'm now going to work in the strategies that I take heed to when I see it as a setback. Okay? Evaluation progress. You could take pics or you could journal for your patterns and, your behaviors of what is happening, the good and not so good, so that you can look back at it, because you may be like me, start now, then you got 5 and 10 years later, you're like, what was I doing then that the progress now is different? What's happening outside of me aging? What am I doing different? Is it my job? Is it my environment? What's going on? So you'll be able to look at that. And now everybody's phones has memories that pop up with all of these pictures from, your cloud or whatever, your drive. So that helps. You got self-care strategies that you can also implement, and you want to make sure that your coping mechanisms are not things that are going to derail all of your hard work. All right, so if you get pissed at this time, we're not going to go to the ice cream. We're not going to go to the bar. We're not going to get high. No. No, no, no. Go outside and breathe. Take a walk. Take a class. Punch it out. Work it out. Literally, a workout will let you release that. You may have a workout where you cry. I've had those, because you are being stagnant with that energy. Women, we hold a lot of energy in our waist. Men, I have no clue where you hold your energy. Maybe in your head. Maybe that one. Yeah, I don't know. One of them. But y'all need to do some moving too. So, we don't want to derail all of our hard work. Actually, you could sit, even if you're angry, and if you don't want to move, just sit in silence if that works. And just be like, I'm not gonna say nothing to nobody until I calm. Let me calm down. And just be like, sometimes you put yourself to sleep. Like, I could have just went to sleep just now. That was a zenful moment. Just going within, literally, like locking out everybody out your vortex. Don't let them in. TikTok, the game is locked. I keep saying that. And all of this, remember to be flexible like water. If you don't accomplish something the way you saw it in your head, don't go jump off a cliff. Just sit down and just reevaluate. Don't go and tap into your comfort food, because guess what comfort is for? You're trying to comfort something, right? It's like, oh, well, I don't have anything to soothe me, so I'm going to self-soothe with this food, this drink, this whatever. Yeah, no, don't do that. Be flexible in a way of looking at the failure as an opportunity to do it again and go in a different direction, a better direction. You also should just learn from your setbacks. I feel like setbacks are also like flags to say that you can do better, because you already know better. It's not even necessarily that you don't even know what you're doing. It's like that, again, that overlooking, that moving too fast. You're moving too fast. Yeah, that's, you know what? I just learned this acronym from a coach of mine. And she was like, have you ever heard of BS? And I was like, what? She said, your BS. And I was just like, she was like, you're either bored, stressed, or sad when you eat crazy. Like, is this BS? So ask yourself. And I had her laughing at the end of our call. I was like, I'm gonna run this I'm going to run this in the ground with everybody. So, are you BSing, or are you really hungry? Because now people are gonna be thinking I'm cussing. Oh my gosh. Are you BSing? Are you bored, stressed, sad? Or are you really hungry? But I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say bored, stressed, sad. I'm gonna say, are you BSing? Now, ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. That's literally one of the questions. She was just like, when you're ready to, it's like this emotional chart thing. It's like, ask yourself this: if you're really hungry, or are you BSing? So whoever came up with that acronym was really trying to cuss, but I like how they was smooth with it. Oh my gosh. And then I saw this quote online where this guy was, you know how Explorer page sometimes has a hit with sharing stuff. Actually, I lie. I mean, my Explorer page does do some good sometimes. But my friend posted this and I was like, yo, share that with me. And the guy was like, it's overrated to getting in shape to look good. And it's underrated for getting in shape to live longer, think better, feel great on a regular, increasing energy. And I was like, oh, come on. Come on. So he had some other stuff on his post too that was really good, but that's where I'm going to end on tonight. And if you catch yourself eating and you're not hungry, ask yourself, are you BSing? Until next time, you already know. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.